The largest fireworks show in the Central Valley will be right here at Cal Expo and will use these tubes with more than 4,400 shells. The capital city has turned into the capital of color with today's Color Me Rad 5K color run. Sacramento police have closed off the Canterbury Road 160 southbound on-ramp due to a man threatening to jump off the bridge. The man, however, did just surrender control to the Sacramento police. Firefighters have nearly put out this grass fire on Takei Road by a SMUD substation. We have unconfirmed reports right now that there are fireworks inside of those trucks that were in the fire, and we also know that firefighters were controlling the fire with a surrounding wet line. This microscopic insect, known as the western pine beetle, forms these galleries in ponderosa pines, which kills trees and causes a major fire hazard. The Grant Union High School drumline has played for the Sacramento Kings and for Jimmy Kimmel, but they will now be one of only 2 California schools this year playing at the Independence Day Parade in Washington, D.C. This free pop-up dog park in Midtown Sacramento behind me is available for any dog 30 pounds or less, and you can adopt a dog like my little Chihuahua friend Chucky here. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs? No. Tomato sauce in the road on Montgomery and Mace in Davis? Yes. I'll tell you what I mean coming up next. Coming up next, how things are looking on 80 East on your way to work. Looking at your traffic this morning. For folks coming from Elk Grove wondering how things are shaping out on the Highway 99, things are looking much better from that earlier traffic and that big accident. As you can see, things are looking green, 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 and everything else looking great on I-5, I-80, and Highway 50. We have more green there, and there's a little bit of slowdown in the Davis area. Good morning, I'm David Kaplan. It's 10:26. Right now, San Francisco 49ers Pro Bowl linebacker Aldon Smith is out on bail after being arrested overnight. Smith was booked into the Santa Clara County Jail last night after he was taken into custody by Santa Clara police for hit and run, DUI, and vandalism. Smith says the truth will come out and justice will be served. In the Bay Area, the Transbay Tube takes riders between Oakland and San Francisco. It will be closed this weekend. There will be another closure on Labor Day weekend. The majority of the $2 million project will replace a set of switch tracks near the Oakland side of the Transbay Tube. Good morning, I'm David Kaplan. It's 10:26. This morning, Governor Brown visited the command center to get an update on efforts to stop the state's largest wildfire of the year. The Rocky Fire's containment jumped up to 40% this morning. Average is still nearly 70,000 acres, and at least 43 homes have been destroyed. Thousands more remained threatened. And today, some of the people evacuated due to the Rocky Fire will go home, but authorities are urging evacuees to be very careful. Crews are still working to remove damaged trees and power poles. There might be downed power lines, burned trees could drop large branches. There is also a lot of emergency equipment working in the area. This microscopic insect, known as the western pine beetle, forms these galleries in ponderosa pines, which kills trees and causes a major fire hazard.
This one's greener than that one, yet it has evidence right here of bark beetles.
It is easy to see if a bark beetle has made a tree its home based on a trail that they leave behind, but it's actually what's underneath the bark that is what the beetles are after.
They're not eating the bark, they're not eating the solid wood, they're eating this nice spongy layer.
In this green forest, the dead trees are noticeable as the trees are competing against each other for water in this historic drought. The lack of water and sap has left the trees with no defense to push the bugs out.
Once you have stressed trees, they're prone to successful attack by bark beetles.
The trees are left dry and dead, and the Northern Californian forest becomes ready fuel for any hungry forest fire. Just listen. And you can hear the sound of all the dead pine needles. The bark beetle problem is becoming worse for Cal Fire as the bugs multiply and lay eggs.
Those drier trees are more susceptible to being ignited by a wildfire.
As Cal Fire keeps an eye on wildfires, they also wait and hope for rain.
If we get cold, hard winters, that makes it tough on the insects to successfully continue to grow their populations.
Cal Fire area forester Robert Little says the best pine beetle prevention landowners can do is to thin their forest stand and keep healthy trees. Reporting in Camino, David Kaplan, KCRA 3 News.